Welcome to day 2 of the Youth Sunny Romper with a pocket hack. So this is a 5T shorty length with pockets, and I did a pocket hack to keep from doing the top stitching on the pockets. So here we're going to do the first step. Take one side, it doesn't matter which side you start with. So here's mine, and you can see my little hole there. So what we're going to do, let me get my ruler out of the way. Anyone else's workstation a mess, and you can probably hear my kids screaming at each other in the background. It has been kind of a rough day with kids. Sorry, they are fighting and yelling at each other. It's gonna be a long day. Okay, so take your piece and you're going to want to put right sides together. Let me find my right side. Right sides together, as with most things, because we're gonna flip this to the inside, and you're just gonna line it up with your hole. The next thing you are going to want to do, well, actually, let me think real quick. You're actually going to want this sandwiched in between. Which is the right side of it? This is. So we are going to sandwich this in between so that when we flip it out, it will be on the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. You're gonna pin this and then pin this over top. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we will get it sewn on. Okay, so I pinned it all together. Your band in the middle. Sorry, I got a lot of thread off the excess on the front side. So you got your band in the middle here, and then you sandwich it with your pocket bag. Which I didn't even check if I did the right pocket bag. We can hope so. Yes, we did. Good job. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is flip it out. And now you're gonna have that pocket bag on the back side. Now this step, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do my top stitch. And so the reason I'm doing that right now is because you have to sew the bag together, and if you do it after, you're gonna have to finagle not sewing the back of the bag. So I'm gonna sew I'm gonna top stitch right along here, and then I'll be back to show you how to put the bag on. Okay, we are back. It is top stitch. I don't know if you can see it there. Super pretty. So top stitching, it just helps that from this for your band from flipping out. It's not required. You don't have to top stitch it. It will work perfectly fine, especially since we're sewing this into the side seam. Just makes that a little fancier. If you're wanting a quicker sew, don't do it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna wanna do is lay this flat, which I see I did not. I caught it a little with my, actually I am certain I did not. I put the wrong one on. Okay, so we're gonna start this again. I'm gonna seam rip. And trust me, when I try new things, this is exactly what happens, and that's how we learn. And also, if you get really good with your seam ripper, it's not as mentally taxing as it is when you start out. So I'll be right back. We are back, and we are looking gorgeous. So here is our front pocket, and here is the back, and it actually matches up this time. Wow, isn't it amazing what happens when you take a second to pay attention to what you're doing? Anyways, so now we are going to want our back pocket. Now, same thing, you are going to want this to face the front. And in order to do that, you're once again gonna have to check it. This is not the right piece. Or it may be the right piece. Hold on. Nope, this is definitely not the right piece. It's gotta be flipped right too, I found. Because this was actually the right piece, it was just flipped incorrectly. So now you know, facing down, you want it facing down, and you wanna make sure it matches up. It does. Woohoo! I did catch some of this in my top stitching. And should I fix it? Yes. Am I probably going to? No, because it's my child's. So all we're going to do now is we are going to serge. You're going to pick these up like this, away from this. You don't want your pocket sewn into your front. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Now you're going to sew along the outsides of this, the top and bottom, so that the pocket is whole. So I'm gonna sew those on real quick. You'll never believe I fixed the top stitching issue, even though it is my kids, because it was irritating me. And it wasn't enough that I could grab it. So it got fixed. So now we're here, we're to this point. We have sewn the top and the bottom. Can't get out of my own way, no. And now it's just here. So the next step is I'm gonna do same thing. You can see it looks pretty there. You can go ahead and, if you want to, you could baste the pocket on this side and on this side just to keep it flat while we sew it together here in a minute. But I am one of those that fly by the seat of my pants, so I probably will not baste it. I will probably just clip it together and go. So give me a second to do the other side, and then I'll show you how to sew down the middle and the side seams. Okay, so we are going to get these pockets pieces sewn together. The center, anyways, get the center sewn together. So if you basted them, awesome job, go you. You are taking the extra time. If you did not, also go you, because it's okay to sew however you want to sew. So I'm gonna just start up here, and we're just gonna sew that center seam. Make sure you're grabbing both pocket bags. And if you basted them, awesome. If not, it's gonna take me a little longer because I gotta make sure both pocket bags are even. So I will be back and show you what it looks like once the center seam is sewn. Okay, we are back, and here is our center seam. Now know that here in your center seam, it is going to be slightly thicker. You should not notice it when it's on though. And so there are your pockets. Now I'm gonna do the back piece. I'm gonna sew this middle seam. We're gonna sew, obviously these, we need to be turned right side together. And then sew the center seam. Sorry, these are kind of quick. My kids are getting restless, so I only have so much time. So right now we've got our back center seam sewn now. So now all we're going to do is lay the front and the back on top of each other. And then we're gonna sew the side seams on each side. Okay, side seams are sewed. There's your front pockets. As you can see, they're in here, so they will not fall down. They will kind of droop a little, but when they're on, it's pulled tight and you should be fine. So next we're going to you're gonna wanna sew your front and back sleeves together, and your crotch seam here, you're gonna wanna match up the center and then sew along here. I'll get that done. Okay, we have our cute bodice with our pockets. Oh, look at our cute pockets. Cute pockets. And no drooping. You're not gonna see the pockets hanging out. So tomorrow that's all for today, and tomorrow we will put the bands on, and there's my pocket. I'm so excited about pockets. My hands are a little big for kid pockets though. Anyways, I'll put the bands on tomorrow, and we'll hem the bottom and see how cute this looks. Thank you for joining me on Just So Sewing.